As shocking headlines began to circulate, fans were left speechless. Caryn Chandler, the longtime partner of Matt Roloff, was taken into custody. The arrest came seemingly out of nowhere, leaving many wondering, what could Caryn have possibly done to land herself in legal trouble? According to emerging reports, Caryn was allegedly involved in a heated dispute tied to a personal conflict off-camera, an incident that escalated to a level no one expected. Sources close to the situation reveal that a confrontation between Caryn and a former family associate turned ugly. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and when the dust settled, law enforcement got involved. While official charges remain under wraps due to ongoing investigations, insiders suggest allegations may involve trespassing, verbal threats, or tampering with financial documents related to the farm sale. If true, these claims paint a very different picture of Caryn than what we've seen on screen. A woman once thought to be the calm in the storm may have finally lost her footing. But what's most surprising is Matt Roloff's response, or rather, his lack of one. The patriarch of Roloff Farms has remained eerily silent on the matter. No public statement. No social media defense. No denial. Nothing. Behind the scenes, sources allege Matt was blindsided, not just by the arrest, but by the circumstances leading up to it. Some say he had no idea Caryn had been involved in behind-the-scenes financial dealings related to the farm's pending sale. Others say Matt did know, but underestimated how messy things could get. One thing is clear. This arrest has cracked open a divide that's been growing for years between Matt, Caryn, and the rest of the Roloff family. And just when fans thought things couldn't get more dramatic, betrayal hit harder than anyone could have anticipated. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. News broke like wildfire. Caryn Chandler, Matt Roloff's longtime partner, was reportedly arrested following an incident that has left fans both outraged and stunned. While official details remain scarce, multiple outlets and online whispers point to a property dispute that spiraled out of control. Even more explosive are the unconfirmed rumors of fraud circulating from so-called insiders close to the Roloff family. Fans are asking, what did Caryn really do? And more importantly, why now? According to several sources on social media and online discussion forums, Caryn was allegedly detained late last week in Oregon, not far from the iconic Roloff Farms property. The exact charges haven't been confirmed publicly, but court records reportedly show a citation for criminal mischief tied to a disagreement over a real estate transaction. Some fans speculate that it was connected to the recent $1.5 million property sale involving part of the Roloff estate, where Caryn may have overstepped her role, leading to accusations of unauthorized signatures, misrepresentation, or forgery. This isn't the first time Caryn's name has stirred controversy. From the moment she stepped into Matt's life, fans noticed a shift. She clashed subtly but repeatedly with Amy Roloff, especially during the post-divorce period when Matt and Amy were navigating life as exes while still working together on the farm. Amy once cryptically referred to someone getting too involved too fast, which fans long interpreted as a dig at Caryn. Add to that the strained relationships with Zach and Jeremy, who have kept a noticeable distance from Matt and Caryn in recent years, and it's clear Caryn has never been fully embraced as part of the Roloff legacy. Now, with this arrest, those long-held suspicions have resurfaced in full force. Many fans are pointing to what they call Caryn's controlling behavior, alleging that she manipulated Matt into decisions that isolated him from his family and possibly even pressured him to sell off parts of the farm. This latest event seems to validate the concerns of those who believed she wasn't in it for the right reasons. And what about Matt Roloff's reaction? Surprisingly, he's remained almost entirely silent. There was no public statement, no post defending Caryn, no denial of the rumors. That silence has only fueled more speculation. Was he blindsided? Or is he quietly distancing himself from the chaos? A few eagle-eyed fans noticed that Matt quietly archived several recent posts featuring Caryn from his Instagram page, another subtle but powerful signal that all may not be well behind closed doors. Meanwhile, TLC has issued no official statement. This is particularly suspicious. given how involved the network is in managing the Roloff family's public image. With such a massive scandal potentially tarnishing their brand, some believe TLC is scrambling behind the scenes to contain the fallout. There are even whispers that certain scenes from the upcoming season have been quietly edited or cut altogether, especially ones featuring Caryn prominently. Social media, predictably, exploded. Fans flooded Reddit, Instagram, and Facebook with reactions ranging from disbelief to vindication. Some users dug up old clips and interviews, pointing to red flags they believe were there all along. Others claim to have seen deleted Instagram stories from Caryn's account in the hours after the arrest, possibly panic posts that were quickly removed once things escalated. It's a digital storm, and in the middle of it stands a woman who went from farm manager to reality TV villain, now possibly a defendant in a legal scandal no one saw coming. More shocking still, a private Facebook group dedicated to little people, Big World fans leaked screenshots of alleged messages from someone close to Caryn, suggesting she was set up by a former business associate who had access to documents tied to the property deal. If true, this could mean Caryn is not only facing charges but fighting to clear her name in what she may view as a betrayal. For now, the arrest remains under investigation, but one thing is clear: the Roloff world will never be the same again. Whether Caryn is guilty or innocent, the damage has been done. Her image, already battered by years of fan mistrust, may not recover. And the future of her relationship with Matt, as well as her role in the show, hangs in the balance. Coming up next, we'll explore the timeline of events that led to this downfall, including what happened behind the scenes before the arrest, and what explosive evidence may be waiting to come out in court.
Stay tuned.
The arrest was only the spark. What's followed has been nothing short of a family implosion. At the center of it all, betrayal. Deep, personal, and devastating betrayal. Some sources close to the Roloffs allege that Caryn Chandler may have been making serious moves behind Matt Roloff's back, potentially connected to the $1.5 million property sale that stunned fans earlier this month. Whispers claim she didn't fully disclose her financial entanglements, and when it all came crashing down, Matt was blindsided. But that's not the end of the story. There are growing suspicions that someone within the Roloff circle may have leaked incriminating information to law enforcement, info that led directly to Caryn's shocking arrest. Was it a disgruntled family member? A former employee? A jilted friend of the farm? No one knows for sure, but the timing feels too perfect to be coincidence. Amy Roloff, always a strong voice in the family, has gone completely silent. No statements. No posts. No reactions. Her silence speaks volumes, and fans are reading between the lines. Is she staying quiet to protect someone? Or does she know more than she's letting on? Zach and Tori, too, have withdrawn. Usually active on social media with their kids and family adventures, they've vanished from the spotlight. No updates. No comments. Some followers speculate that Zach is furious, either at Caryn for betraying Matt, or at Matt for letting things spiral so far out of control. The couple's sudden absence is fueling even more questions. Jeremy Roloff, on the other hand, hasn't held back, sort of. He's been posting a string of cryptic quotes and Bible verses to Instagram stories, including one that simply said, "Loyalty isn't what you say, it's what you do when it counts." Fans believe this was a clear shot, either at Caryn, at Matt, or at both. It's not the first time Jeremy has distanced himself from the drama, but this time, it feels personal. And the farm itself? It's no longer just a piece of land. It's become a battleground. Internal alliances are shifting, old wounds are reopening, and once strong relationships are now fractured. Some say Caryn felt isolated for months, resented by Amy and distrusted by the kids. Others argue Matt was too loyal, too blind to see the red flags piling up. Online, fan theories are swirling at a fever pitch. Reddit threads are exploding with speculation, Instagram comment sections are filled with "I told you so's," and YouTube creators are unpacking every detail, frame by frame. One user wrote, "This was bound to happen. Caryn always had one foot in, one foot out. The cracks were there for years." What's clear is this: the Roloff family is more divided than ever. Lines have been drawn, trust has been shattered, and behind every silence is a story we may never fully know. What began as a reality TV fairy tale has now become a painful, public unraveling. And for the fans watching, this is no longer entertainment. It's tragedy in real time. In the midst of Caryn's scandal and the brewing betrayal, Matt made a shocking decision, putting part of Roloff Farms on the market for $1.5 million. It's not just land, it's history, memories, and legacy. The move has sparked heartbreak across the fanbase, with many saying it feels like the final nail in the show's coffin. Some believe Matt is trying to distance himself from everything tied to Caryn's scandal, while others think he's simply ready to move on. But why now? Fans and insiders alike are questioning the timing. With Caryn Chandler's recent legal troubles putting enormous pressure on the family and their public image, Matt's decision to sell part of Roloff Farms appears far from coincidental. Some speculate this is a desperate financial move to cover legal costs, potential settlements, or debts arising from the chaos Caryn has left in her wake. Others argue it's strategic, a clean break to fund a quieter, less public chapter of his life. Zooming in on the property details, the $1.5 million listing includes a large portion of the north side of the farm, lush acreage, an iconic red barn, and a home that's become almost sacred to fans who've followed the show for nearly 2 decades. According to real estate documents and initial whispers from prospective buyers, the land is drawing attention not just from farmers or families, but from developers. Yes, developers. That's what really has fans concerned. This isn't just a sale. It could mean subdividing the farm, erasing the scenic pastures and pumpkin patches in favor of luxury homes or retail developments. If that happens, it would all but destroy the physical legacy of what Little People, Big World stood for. Many fans have taken to Reddit and Facebook to vent their frustrations, with comments like, "It's like watching the heart of the show being bulldozed in real time. Matt betrayed Amy, betrayed the kids, and now he's betraying the farm. And what about Amy?" Amy Roloff has remained relatively quiet in the public eye, but sources close to her suggest she was heartbroken when she found out. While she already sold her portion of the farm years ago and moved on with Chris Merrick, this farm was her life for over 30 years. She raised her children there. She fought through a difficult divorce there. And she filmed some of the most intimate, raw moments of her life on that land. According to a family friend, Amy had hoped the farm could be passed down to the next generation, even if it wasn't to Zach or Jeremy, who had both previously pulled out of deals to buy it. But with Matt selling it to outsiders, that dream is officially dead. Her silence, some say, speaks volumes. Then there's the lingering Caryn connection. Could her arrest have directly influenced Matt's decision to offload the property? It's a possibility that fans are heavily discussing. If Matt is distancing himself from Caryn, or trying to protect himself financially in case her situation worsens, then selling the farm might be his way of cutting ties and consolidating resources. After all, Caryn had grown deeply involved in the day-to-day running of the farm during their relationship. Her arrest could have destabilized business operations or even spooked Matt into reevaluating everything. It's also no secret that Caryn was never close with Zach or Amy, and tensions often flared around her involvement with Matt and the farm. In hindsight, some viewers are beginning to wonder, was Caryn a wedge that helped drive this once-close family further apart? And this leads us to the most painful question of all. Is this the end of Little People, Big World as we know it? Without the farm as the family's central anchor, and with relationships between family members at an all-time low, what story is left to tell? Over the years, Roloff Farms wasn't just a backdrop. It was a character in its own right. Its fields held laughter, heartbreak, weddings, births, confrontations, and farewells. Now, with a chunk of it being sold to strangers, it truly feels like the beginning of the end. Sure, the Roloffs may continue their lives off-screen or in different corners of Oregon, but the magic that brought fans back season after season was deeply rooted in that land. Fans are already mourning the loss, and for good reason. As the deal progresses and the sale nears closing, the Roloff legacy is facing a critical fork in the road. One path leads to preservation, family healing, and perhaps a new chapter. The other? Disconnection, scandal, and a permanent goodbye to the place that started it all. And right now, the scales are tipping toward the latter. As the dust settles, fans are left with more questions than answers. Caryn's fate remains uncertain. Matt, visibly shaken, appears to be distancing himself from the drama. The Roloff kids are eerily quiet, and Amy seems to be taking the high road, publicly at least. TLC has yet to confirm whether the cameras will keep rolling, but insiders suggest they're already rewriting the show's direction. One thing's for sure, the Roloff legacy will never be the same again. So, what's next for Caryn Chandler? Sources close to the family report that Caryn has indeed posted bail, but the terms of her release are strict. Her next court appearance is rumored to be scheduled within the next few weeks. And while neither Caryn nor her legal team has issued an official public statement, whispers from within the Roloff camp suggest Caryn is fighting back, possibly preparing to claim innocence, or worse, blame someone else entirely. Meanwhile, the big question looms. Will Matt Roloff stand by her? His silence has been deafening. Once fiercely protective of Caryn, Matt hasn't made any major statements since the arrest. Insiders claim there's a rift growing between them, made worse by the timing of the $1.5 million farm sale and whispers of betrayal. Could this spell the end of their relationship? After years of standing together against criticism from fans and even Matt's own children, this arrest may finally be the wedge that splits them apart. And what about the children and grandchildren? While Zach and Tori remain tight-lipped, fans noticed that Tori has unfollowed Caryn on Instagram. Jackson and Lila, the innocent grandchildren at the heart of this media storm, are being shielded from the public eye, but many worry about the long-term impact. Jeremy and Audrey, too, have kept their distance, with Audrey subtly posting Bible verses about truth and cleansing one's home of sin, a post many believe was directed at the situation. Amy Roloff, the matriarch of the family, is maintaining her dignity. She hasn't said much, but her recent vlog was telling. Sitting by a fireplace, Amy spoke about how people eventually reveal their true selves and how she's focusing on her grandchildren and her own peace. Chris Merrick, her husband, also remains quiet, but he's reportedly concerned about how this drama is affecting Amy's health and emotional stability. And then there's TLC. For years, the network has walked a tightrope, balancing real family drama with ethical storytelling. But this situation may have gone too far, even for them. Rumors are swirling that TLC executives have called an emergency meeting to assess damage control. Some believe the show may be paused or rebranded. Others think TLC might do what it always does: lean in and exploit the scandal for ratings. Either way, the franchise is at a crossroads. This arrest, betrayal, and breakdown of trust have revealed something deeper: the cost of fame. Once a wholesome family growing pumpkins and raising awareness about dwarfism, the Roloffs have become a cautionary tale about the dark side of reality TV. When cameras are always rolling, when fans expect constant updates, when producers push for conflict, what's left of real family love? Fans are torn. Some are demanding TLC cancel the show, calling it toxic and too far gone. Others are glued to the drama, eager to see how the story unfolds. But most are united in heartbreak. The Roloffs were once a symbol of perseverance and unity. Today, they're fractured. So what do fans hope for next? At the core, it's not more drama. It's healing. They want Zach and Matt to talk again. They want Amy to feel safe and respected. They want Jackson and Lila to grow up in peace. And for Caryn? Fans just want the truth, whatever it may be. Only time will tell whether the Roloff family can weather this storm. But no matter what happens next, one thing is certain. This is the biggest reckoning the Roloffs have ever faced. And for the millions who have watched them grow, love, fight, and rebuild, this is more than just reality TV. This is a family's legacy at stake. The arrest, the betrayal, the $1.5 million goodbye to Roloff Farms. It's been a roller coaster of emotion, scandal, and shattered trust. From Caryn's shocking fall from grace, to Matt's desperate decisions, and the family torn between silence and sorrow, This is no longer just a reality show. It's a real-life saga unfolding in front of millions. Whether this marks the end or the start of a painful new chapter, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, fans are watching, waiting, and still holding on to hope for healing, redemption, and maybe even reunion. Thanks for joining us on this emotional ride. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and stay tuned.